Many lives have been sacrificed because the world is projecting a craving for physical pleasure. Craving. You can't even, if you say you want to watch comedy, because some people feel that I'm extreme. Say, so we'll just be living in this world. So a Christian cannot even be entertained. Okay. Say you want to watch comedy, you want to listen to comedy. Look at the things that they share. How does that help your soul? A grown man says he's doing comedy and his emphasis is the shape of women's bodies. A craving for physical pleasure. The world. Go to their movies now. Go to their movies. What is in the movie? The world. He says all it offers, craving for physical pleasure, and this craving has killed some people. Some of you, desires have crippled you. That's how your prayer life has died. But the Lion and the Lamb tonight, he wants to bring you deliverance. I hear him saying to me, he said, I want to make somebody whole. Some of us, our lives have become damaged like that dark clay that became damaged on the wheel of the potter. But God can make you again. If not that God had the ability to make a man again, how could I ever have become a preacher? You don't know the cracks that were in my life. You don't know the damage. The damage. It got to a point in my life, I was weeping in prayer. I said, Lord, I don't deserve a good woman to marry. Don't give me a good woman. I looked at the things I had done. I said, if you give me a prostitute, I will marry. That is the level I deserve. My life was battered, bruised, damaged. It's the only me that Satan put homosexuals on ground to abuse. I was struggling with that one. I was staying with an uncle. House girl will not leave me alone. I was a young boy. You know, they don't want to talk about sexual abuse that happens to young boys. They talk about girls. If some of us open our mouth and tell you what we have been through as men. Today is International Men's Day. Some men you are looking at as survivors. But that damaged me completely. Finished my mind. You see me? But somehow Satan was working over time. God was just waiting patiently. It doesn't take God eternity to do something that is eternal. No. He was waiting patiently. The day I cried like Peter. You know, Peter was sinking and he kept his mouth closed. He was about to drown, then all of a sudden he lifted up his eyes and he saw Jesus. And he cried out. He said, Master, save me. Jesus said, I've been waiting, kesiena, I've been waiting. I put my hand in his hand. It has taken a while. Because I wanted to show you tonight that spiritual growth is not instant. There is something that is called progressive sanctification. It takes time for God to make a man. When he pulls you, something else will be pulling you back down. He will be dragging you. The good thing is that if you keep your hand in his hand, he will not let go. Many times the reason people sank is not that God let them go. They let God go. I grabbed him like Jacob. I won't let you go. I held him. So even when flesh will be drawing me back, I will be struggling. Lord, my life is in your hand. I'm not a dog. I won't go back to my vomit. I know I masturbated again yesterday, but weeping may endure but for a night. I refuse to die like this. If you raise men that walked out of immorality, I must walk out. I must walk out. I began to learn how to say no. When the pressure becomes too much, I'll say no. Then one day I found out that I was no longer in the river, that I was now walking side by side with Jesus. We were walking on the water together, and Jesus was saying, kesiena, see what I want to do with your life. And then I looked at where I was coming from, and I said, if it had not been the Lord on my side. What will Israel have said? Who dashed monkey banana? That this cultist, former cultist, will be a preacher. I say to you tonight, there is nothing Satan has done to your life that is an excuse for you to be an addict. Nothing. Put your hand in his hand.